What's up, everybody? Excited to be here and excited for our topic. Today, what we're going to teach you guys about is we're going to teach you how myself and Josh have helped book over 10,000 appointments hands-free with AI for agents. Number one, how we've saved over $100,000 by increasing our persistency, how we've completely eliminated the social security number and bank account objection, and how using AI saved Josh's marriage. So I'm excited to be here, guys. Between myself and Josh, we've been here for about 5 years. We've sold between the two of us close to $3.5 million worth of life insurance. We've built teams, and we've chosen this industry. It's a place that we've decided to go ahead and plant our flag. And we've transitioned a lot in this business. We transitioned from final expense to mortgage protection to IULs, and we also made the very hard transition for us, which was from the in-home to telesales. That was one of the hardest transitions for us. We were joking around backstage about how it was like teaching an old dog new tricks. And a lot of you guys, I'm jealous because you got to start doing telesales. So there is a leg up on a lot of us. So for us, there was so much struggle that came along with that transition that we had to sit down and figure out some things that would work for us. So one of the things that we did is we actually went out and built a tool for ourselves, had no intention of sharing it with anybody else. Started sharing it with some of our agents, and then Grady told us that we were being selfish and we should share it with the rest of the company, and then ultimately Sean Mike gave us his blessing to share it with you guys, so we built a really cool tool called Lead Champ Pro.
All right, so she was just out here. She said, say you're an agency owner, but at the end of the day, we all sell life insurance, do we not? Okay, we are salespeople. And here's what I know about salespeople. If you can relate, give me a nod, that we have some bad habits, right? Now, we put on a suit, we comb our hair, and we get up here and we look really good. Now, I don't know about you, the rest of the week, I'm in some stretchy pants in my basement, talking to people on the phone. Anybody relate? Okay, my stretchy pants crew. All right, so here's the deal, is we transitioned to telesales, and we had all these holes in the bucket, okay? Again, here's what I know about salespeople. Riyadh, right? We're ADD. We have too much caffeine. I see it in front of you. Right? We have a very, I've seen the monsters. We can't do a sales call without like 2 cans of Celsius. And we're unorganized, just a mess. Anybody? Or is it just me? Okay, thank you. And so what happened is now we're not sitting in front of people. We have to do it all over the phone. No one's watching us. No one's over our shoulder. And I remember I come into my office one day, and I had this big IUL policy. Some guy named John. It was going to be a $10,000 policy. I'd never made that commission. I'm like, oh my gosh, IULs are amazing. And I don't know about what your desks look like. Mine has a stack of papers this high on it. And I'm like, I gotta find John. I don't have a calendar. I have my iPhone, that's it. So I did what any self-respecting, organized business person would do. I ransacked my office, threw all the papers everywhere, looking for this one guy with this one phone number that if he answers the phone, I'll make $10,000. Did I find it? No, I didn't, because I'm a mess, all right? So again, we had to solve some of our problems. The organizational thing was one of them. So Jamie said that AI saved my marriage. Now, for anybody that knows me, I have a good marriage, all right? The issue is that my wife has won 2 state titles for boxing, all right? So it's a problem for me, because she hits hard. And so, anybody married? Who's my married people? All right. Same people, do you go to church? Okay, we go to church, and my wife wants me to pay attention, all right? So we dial the phone, you have your schedule, I have mine. How many people text their leads? You text your leads, okay? So I had an issue that I'm a workaholic, right? We all, 80 hours a week, 12 hours, you heard it, okay? So we're in church, and Sunday morning, I have leads coming in, and it's the weekend for them. They were up late eating too much ice cream on a Saturday night, filling out forms on Facebook, right? That's what they do. And so I'm texting my leads sitting in church. And my wife starts hitting me. Get off the phone. Get off the phone. And week by week, she's getting more angry, and she's drawing back a little harder. So it was a problem for me, okay? So I'd leave church. I'd be texting. My arm is all bruised up. And so I said, Jamie, we got to do something about it. So we built an AI bot that books appointments hands-free. Now when I leave church, I'm not abused, and I have 5 appointments when I get out of church, and my wife is happy because she thinks I'm paying attention and bettering our marriage, okay? All right.
Let's go.
Thank you. Next is persistency, all right? So you heard Jamie say it. I'll be honest with you. I don't know if everybody will, we get up, oh, I sold this much, okay? At my worst, when we transition to telesales, I'll say, my persistency at its worst was 59%. The carriers don't like that. They won't keep you around, okay? Because of some things we put in place and solved that problem, it grew 20% to over 82, and my IUL first business is over 90, okay? So I issued 464 last year. What's 20% of 464? Anybody? 80 grand? So I saved that by increased persistency, all right?
Absolutely. And when I was in the home, my persistency was close to 95%. Like, I was the guy who I walked in with the side bag, and my side bag weighed 50 pounds because it had every single brochure on, God's green earth. It had a red folder for every client. It had all my business cards. It had my iPad, all the things. And when I would leave someone's house, I was the guy who I took a selfie with the client. I left behind the red folder. I took my Sharpie out and I said, John Smith, life insurance. Hey, John, if you die, tell Mary to find the red folder. And here's the brochure. And here's my number. And here's all of the things. And when we switched to telesales, I was like, where's the red folder? Like, what am I going to do? How do I make sure that after the appointment, this sale actually sticks? So I wrote a fancy email. And guess what? That email took me 30 to 45 minutes each time that I did it. And when I had 10 appointments for the day and I made 3-4 sales and I was back to back, it was taking me a bunch of time. I was either late to the next appointment or I was saving it all up for the end of the day and I'd forget. And it took me time or I'd forget. And, we built something within our software where, all I have to do is go hit approved, fill in all the policy info, and then they're getting all of their messages, product brochures, illustrations on whatever IUL that I showed them if it's an IUL. And it's just been huge because now, after the sale is made, that's the most important thing for us is, systems, CRMs, they can go ahead and book a lot of appointments for you. We thought, what's the most important thing is what happens after the sale. So after a sale is made, all of our clients get an individual to over 100 individual touches between text message, email, and postcard in the first year. So that increased my persistency by about 20%. One of the other things that was huge for us that we'll touch on is the social security number and the bank account objection. When we switched to telesales, it didn't matter how good you were over the phone, how good you sounded. When I was in the home, they could see me. I put my license in front of their face. I'd say, hey, go grab that checkbook. And they'd go do it. They'd do what I said. But over the phone, they don't know who you are. So we put together what's called a Verify My Underwriter website where you can list all of your licenses, your carriers, and basically clients can see that you are who you say you are. Grady taught me something really early on that we have to
increase credibility
and reduce sales pressure.
Reduce
Thank you,
sales
Josh.
pressure.
100%. Josh, any thoughts on that?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, at the end of the day, right, people don't want to be lied to. They want to be told what to do in the manner that we're leading them through to help their families, right? And a lot of times we get down to the end and we're like, hey, we need your social to submit it. And they go, I'm not giving you that. I only deal with people in person. It's like, man, you filled out a form online. What are you thinking, right? In addition to that, especially with IULs, anybody ever sell an IUL and the person gets to the call and they're just confused, they have no idea what it is, and you have to do a whole call just to explain the concept before you actually even get to sell it, and you're like, man, I can't do like an hour and a half conversation 10 times a day, right? And so as part of this website, we actually send them product videos that are all done for you, and it's really cool. If people actually watch them, which they don't always, but 20% of the time they do, they actually show up to the call, and they know what they want, which makes our job easier. We can actually just tell them, hey, here's how we're going to structure it for you, instead of like, let me teach you how to spell IUL, right? Okay.
100%. So, guys, at the end of the day, systems, CRMs, there's so many of them out there. We've realized that, we all have bad habits, and we can either just decide that we're going to try harder. I'm just going to do it. Well, that requires you to have to do it, remember to do it, hold yourself accountable to do it. We're humans, we're going to fail. I can hire staff, and I can make my staff do it. Well, you need to pay your staff, and you need to hold them accountable. I'm horrible at holding people accountable, especially my staff, so that wasn't going to work for me either. You can go out and you can build your own system. From trial and error, we've spent over $300,000 trying to figure this out, failing.
Lighting money on fire.
Lighting money on fire, so please don't do that. Or you can find a system, and we have one that we're biased on, that we really like. There's a lot of great ones out there. Would love if you guys came and talked to us at our booth. We've got a new agent special going on right now. Please come and talk to us. I will say this, #1 CRM for top IUL producers, hands down, period. I can say that with confidence. And our biggest hope for you guys is that you'd build a real business. That's it. We want you guys to be here a year from now to build a real business, something you can leave behind. And I'm so happy that we planted our flag here at FFL. This is the best place to build a business. Thank you, guys.